Hey guys, Matt Professor here. So in this video, we're gonna talk a little bit more about the attack, the offense or counter offense techniques or concepts. In the last video, we talked about the bisecting line and changing your angle of attack. And what I want to do is now talk about what to attack. And so when it comes to attacking someone, you got to separate techniques from, well, some techniques are power techniques, meant to be a knockout kind of hit, or they're meant to break something, break the legs, break the knees. And some techniques are not meant to be that devastating. They're meant to be distractionary techniques or door openers. And so make sure you understand what the technique is trying to accomplish that you're using, and so that it's put in the right place. If I'm trying to finish someone, and I say finish, I mean stop the threat, okay? And if I'm at that point where I'm trying to finish that person, I don't need to use a distractionary technique at that point. If the door's already open and I can deliver that punch or that elbow or that knee, then so be it. That's what I need to use. So we need to make sure you have the techniques in the right place, from a distractionary or an interrupting technique to a more of a devastating technique. So with that concept in mind, I try to keep things to what I call the ABS. So I want to deal with the airway, I want to deal with their balance and their sight. Those three things, when I can get in, if I can go straight to the throat, even if it's a finger jab down to where the trachea is at, or a C strike straight into the throat, even when we'll talk about more about hitting like the brachial plexus or that triangle right on the side of the neck, or the rear nervous system. There's other kinds of ways that you can do what we used to call immediate knockouts. But going back to the airway, if you can disrupt someone's airway, I mean, you could hit the sternum, for example, if your punches are accurate or your strikes are accurate and strong enough, you can hit those. But the throat is a soft tissue target, and not often protected very well, and it's kind of easier to get to, more so than you would think. And so if you can hit the throat, then that's going to disrupt the breathing, and anytime you disrupt someone's breathing and make it hard for them to breathe, or make it to where they can't breathe, then their brain, unless they're highly skilled, highly trained, which it still is difficult, whenever someone takes away your breathing, your brain, even for a moment, will immediately go to that. It'll focus in on just trying to recover and breathe. So airway, no matter what's going on with the person, high, drunk, anything else, if they can't breathe, then their resistance or their response, their ability to fight back becomes extremely difficult, if not zeroed out at all, totally. So airway. Then balance is another one. If you can disrupt the balance of the person, then it makes it difficult for them to fight back. It makes it difficult for them to strike. Whether it's punching or kicking, it makes it difficult for them to grab and hold on to you. When people struggle for their balance and they can't keep their balance, it's hard to deliver any kind of power. It's hard to really deliver a good attack. So balance is another one, but it's temporary. So make sure you understand, when you disrupt balance, you gotta finish and go in and or execute whatever it is you're trying to execute. But it's just a doorway. Just like when you take away the breathing, that's a doorway. It's not a permanent thing. So you just use them as a means to accomplish your goal. And then, of course, sight. People take their eyesight, for granted so much. But if you just throw something in somebody's face, people will respond. They'll try to move, try to cover, block it, catch it, whatever, but they'll try to protect their eyes. Which means their attention comes off of what they were thinking of doing and goes to the threat, whatever's flying at their face. So whether I use keys or anything else, any other object, which I don't really recommend throwing your keys at somebody's face, because if your means of getting away is your vehicle, really wouldn't serve you well to throw them at them and then have to go get them. So if you have something that you don't care about, that you can throw into their face, that's great. It's a great distraction. If it's just throwing your fingers to their eyes, causing them to look away, that's a great distraction. Anything that can momentarily, create that window for you to escape, perfect. Okay, use it, but understand its purpose. So again, airway, balance, and eyesight. Attack those three things as quick as you can, as fast as you can, and as soon as you create that doorway, that distraction, that gap in their reaction, then either go in and finish your goal. If it's to eliminate the threat, eliminate the threat. If it's to get out, get out. Okay, guys? All right, peace.